Part 11. New Era of Renaissance. Message of the Orion Empire to Earthlings. Purposes of the Progressor from Orion Empire. About the demons' errors of the universe and the karma of evil. New Era of Renaissance. Unlike Earthlings, prisoners of the planet prison of the galaxy and the planet church of the vampire gods, all Orions remember their incarnations. They know the value of the gods and angels, which is why they build their own, alternative to the ethereal dream worlds, the physical and UFO technological worlds, creating in their societies an almost ideal world order. So the Orion Earthling Lori, CGS, Bellymouth, reports that the Orion metropolis has 100 billion inhabitants. An order. In the Orion Empire, as Lori told about, there is a fundamental respect for the law and rights of the individual. There is business and competition, culture and arts are developing, any creativity is welcome. Saved and multiplied all the standards of the reptilian queens of the still draconian metropolis in the system of the Thuban star, the former master of the Milky Way galaxy. Completely different values are pursued in our dreams and meditations. The gods are etheric occupiers of all physical worlds, from the god Adonai Yahweh, for not only Orion, but all the thinkers of the universe have already discovered that Adonai Yahweh himself, that his angels, in quotation marks, as false saviors of people, nothing more than hardened spirit liars and soul catchers of the cosmos. This is what Oleg Zemlyanin, Piotr and Cameron Day write about today, in which Yeshua Jesus, the son of Adonai Sabaoth, also pierced, declaring to the fishermen brothers Peter and Andrew, "Throw your signs and follow me, I will make you fishers of people." Not comments. Message of the Orion Empire to Earthlings. Against such spiritual, in quotes, catching of souls by the etheric army of Adonai Yahweh, against all psychomantras and his prayers, diabolically religious control of the consciousness of the brain souls of the cosmos on Earth, the Orion Empire is not just fighting, thanks to pressure and sanctions of it, ties with the higher forces of the universe, absolute, such a dark logos of the earth as Yahweh Adonai in quotation marks, was finally, approximately in 2014, dismissed. But long before that, in April 1991, just on the eve of the collapse of the empire of the new Attila Antichrist in the east, Assur, the citadels of both Yahweh on earth, as Nostradamus directly tells us in his preface to the second part of the Centuries to King Henry, Orion deployed on Earth TG the most real spiritual deoccupation activity, giving rise to a new era of Renaissance, having thrown into the Soviet region the brochure, The Higher Cosmic Intelligence Reports, Moscow, 1991, with a circulation of 200,000 copies. See the cover of the brochure and the constellation Orion below. Purposes of the Progressor from Orion Empire. The spiritual purpose of the Orion Empire is that all souls prisoners of the planet prison of space and the planet church of the deceitful gods, after their Yahweh Christian re-education, could return to their home star worlds without obstacles, and not spin in the wheel of samsara of earthly individuals, subjects of the devilish Groundhog Day of Adonai Yahweh. The civilizational purpose of Orion is to gradually provide the United States with spiritual and space knowledge and UFO technologies, to create conditions for all mankind in the earliest possible acquisition of the status of a star, and with its own UFO fleet civilization. Knowledge is light, and the Absolute itself, Ian Abba, confirms the fact of the break of religion in its parallel worlds, stating that Christianity has slowed down the UFO exit of mankind into deep space for 500 years. And since this is so on Earth, and Russia, the slave country of both, Yahweh, through its baptism by the apostles Adonai Sabaoth and Yeshua Christ, is stuck up to its throat in the clutches of world Zionism. It is like a true country foolishness and rushes between Silla, West Atlanta Rome, and Charybdis, East Lemuria Horde, Est China, Iran and the same Israel. That is why, for the sake of preserving God control over the entire herd of earthlings, the serpent god Yahweh turned on the powers of his pocket darkness in 628 to fight Lucifer and Orion. The religion of radical Islam and ISIS terrorists. See Pangalactic Wars. p. 74. About the demons' terrors of the universe and the karma of evil. During the period of global crises of mankind, in particular, today, when Nibiru, the reaper of peoples of both Yahweh, is again approaching the earth, then as plan B of the God Yahweh Jehovah for the sake of keeping in global control over the flock in the form of of his monotheistic religions, Judaism, religion of masters, and Christianity, religion of passive slaves, there is always a third force, Islam, or the religion of cruel slave fans, egregore of darkness. As an external dark power at RX to them all the destructive forces of the universe, souls and bodies. Of all dehumanized anthropoforms demons terrors, quote from the fourth epistle of Congijefs, criminals and repeat offenders from all space, who by the will of fate karma, came to earth. Among such evil subjects there are a lot of angels, both the light and the dark side, the legions of all unwanted or guilty servants of all the gods of space, that in the days of global catastrophes Armageddon, from the flight of Nibiru, together with an army of local zombie bio-robots and the Walking Dead, and will be ready as hungry wild beasts to pounce on everything living. Such is the rejection of souls by the Absolute, and it is environmentally friendly up to his substantial foundations. See paintings by visionary artists below. For the great and the obstacles are great.